Hello friends, welcome to VK Lectures. In the previous lecture, we have discussed the first 50 questions of Karnataka set 2024 physics question paper. In this lecture, we will be discussing the next 50 questions, that is from 51 to 100. For the final answer keys, we have to wait until it be uploaded in the official website. Before going to the video, there is a disclaimer. The answer key given in this video lecture are not the final one. Kindly wait for until the final answer key is uploaded in the official website. Also, for each answer key, we will be discussing each question in detail in the coming days. Let A comma B denote the Poisson bracket between A and B, then A comma B comma C minus A comma B comma C is equal to, the correct answer is option 2, that is C comma A comma B. The phase velocity in a plasma is related to the plasma frequency omega p and the acoustic velocity Vs as the correct option is option 1, that is Vp equal to root of omega p square by k square plus Vs square. The total power radiated by a charge q moving with an acceleration a is proportional to, the answer is option 2, q square into magnitude of a squared. Consider a rectangular waveguide with a dimension a equal to 3.1 centimeter and b equal to 1.6 centimeter. What is the cutoff frequency of TE10 mode in waveguide? The answer is 4.5 into 10 to the power 10 Hertz. If E equal to 3x cap plus 4y cap and B equal to 3z cap are the electric and magnetic field of a system in a frame, inertial frame, then the magnitude of the electric field in an inertial frame where magnetic field is 0 is given by phi. The value of the Landage factor and the total magnetic moment of the state 2s half are, the option is option 3, 2 and root 3 mu b. According to first Born approximation, the elastic scattering amplitude with u of r is equal to minus u naught by r into e to the power minus alpha gamma, where u naught and alpha are constant. The momentum transfer q and alpha tending to 0 is proportional to 1 divided by q square, that is option number 2. In WKV approximation, if E greater than V and the potential V is constant, the particle wave function will take the form option 3, psi of x equal to a into e to the power ikx plus b into e to the power minus ikx. For a spin half particle, the symbols, these two symbols denote the spin up and spin down states respectively, and two composite states of these two spin up and spin down state is given, that is one is A and another is B. And which of the following statements is true for their total spin? Yes.
Uh, the correct answer is option 4, that is S is equal to 1 for A and S is equal to 0 for B. What is the total number of independent solution to Dirac equation for a free particle? The answer is option 4. The variation of magnetic susceptibility as a function of temperature T for a substance is shown below. The substance is most likely, the material is the type of antiferromagnetic material. So correct option is option 3. According to Einstein's equation for translational Brownian motion, the mean square of the displacement of Brownian particle during the time interval tau is, four options are proportional to time interval tau, proportional to the temperature T, proportional to viscosity of the fluid, inversely proportional to the particle radius. In this, option A, B and D are correct. So, according to the question, which of the following statements are correct? The correct option is option 1, A, B and D. Which of the following statements are correct regarding phase transition? Statements are: phase transition takes place under isobaric isothermal conditions. In first order phase transition, volume and entropy remains constant. In the second order phase transition, Gibbs function remains constant. In this, statement 1 and 3 are correct. So the option is 3. Sorry, option is 2, 1 and 3 only. Which of the following statements about Bose-Einstein condensation of gas is false? The option is option 3. This is the false statement. For a signal amplitude modulated to a depth of 100% by a sinusoidal signal, the power will be 3 by 2 times the power of unmodulated carrier wave. Y equal to ax square plus b log 10x reduced to a linear form y equal to ax plus b. So what are the values of capital Y and capital X? The correct answer is y equal to y log x and x equal to x square by log x. In semiconductor strain gauges, when tensile strain is applied, what happens to the resistance? Resistance increases in p-type material is the correct option. In a PID controller, what does I represent? I represent integral. The Fourier transform of voltage signal x of t is x of f. The unit of x of f is volt second. The nucleus of a certain element has odd number of protons and odd number of neutrons. Then its nuclear spin quantum number would be integral spin quantum number. Due to application of moderate magnetic field, sodium D1 line due to transition from 3p half to 3qs half splits into The correct option is option 2, two components. The intensities of pure rotational lines in spectra of diatomic molecule. Uh, this is approximately follows Boltzmann distribution. Option. Which of the following molecules pure rotational transition are not allowed? The correct option is option 1. H1. Separation between J equal to 3 and J equal to 9 transition in far infrared spectrum of 12C18O molecule is 23.15 centimeter inverse. Then what is the rotational constant of the molecule? See, the correct option is option 2, 1.93 centimeter. Frank Condon principle accounts for the intensity variation in vibrational lines in electronic band spectrum of a molecule. The light emission from ordinary optical source is incoherent because it is predominantly spontaneous. Option 1. The rate of emission by spontaneous transition from state 2 to state 1 in an atomic system depends on. The correct answer is option 4, population of the state. The upper level in helium neon laser emitting 6328 Armstrong line arises from electron configuration of neon atom given by 2p5 and 5s1. Option 3. The gain curve of a resonant cavity has a bandwidth of about 1250 MHz. If the longitudinal modes are separated by 250 MHz, how many modes of oscillation that a resonator cavity supports? The answer is 5. Option 4. An element crystallizes to FCC structure. 208 gram of substance contains 4.28 into 10 to the power 24 atoms. If the density is 7200 kilogram per meter cube, then length A of the unit cell is. The correct answer is option 4, 3 Armstrong. X-rays of unknown wavelength are diffracted from an iron sample. First peak is observed for 110 planes at 2 theta equal to 44.70. If the lattice parameters of BCC iron is 2.87 Armstrong, then the wavelength of the X-ray used is 1.5 Armstrong. In a cubic system with cell edge A, two phonons with wave vector q1, q2 collide and produce a third phonon with wave vector q3 such that q1 plus q2 equal to q3 plus r, where r is lattice vector. Such collision will lead to. The correct answer is finite thermal resistance. The relaxation time in seconds of the conduction electron is, here few parameters are missing, but for a metal generally have this conduction electrons. So for metals around 10 to the power minus 12 second is the mean free time. So possible answer is 2.84 into 10 to the power minus 12. For a free electron gas in two dimension, the variation of density of states n of E as a function of E is represented by the third figure, a constant 1. In a one dimensional Croning Penny model, the total number of possible wave function is equal to the twice the number of unit cell. Option 1 is the correct. In an n-type semiconductor, the Fermi level lies zero point 0.4 electron volt below the conduction band. If the concentration of the donor atoms is doubled, the new position of Fermi level at assuming kBt equal to 0.03 electron volt is 0.379 electron volt. The London penetration depth for Pb at 3K and 1.7K respectively are 39.6 nanometer and 173 nanometer. Then at 0K, the transition temperature and the depth are option 2, 7.193 K and 39 nanometer. The spacing between dislocation in a tilt boundary in FCC copper crystal, when the angle of the tilt is 10 degree, the Berger vector can be taken as 2.6 Armstrong. The correct answer is option 3, 14.75. For this question, we are not sure about the correct answer. We will be trying to find it out. Once we get it, we will be uploading the answers. The binding energy per nucleon of helium nucleus is 7 MeV and that of deuteron is 1 MeV. Then which of the following is correct? The option is option 1. Helium nucleus is more stable. The wrong statement. The wrong statement is nuclear forces are charge dependent. In a nucleon-nucleon interaction, the resulting in the production of deuteron in the reaction P plus N giving D plus pi naught, the isospin I and the third component of isospin I3 of deuteron is. The correct answer is option 1, 0 and 0. The total angular momentum J and parity pi of the ground state of oxygen 879 nucleus is. The correct answer is option 4, 5 by 2 plus. The atomic ratio between uranium isotopes U-238 and U-234 in a mineral sample is found to be 1.8 into 10 to the power 4. The half-life T half of U-234 is 2.5 into 10 to the power 5 years. Then T half for U-238 is the correct answer is option 3, 4.5 into 10 to the power. The degeneracy of J states arising from 3p term with the spin orbit interaction is. Here also the question is not clear. And the possible degeneracy is 6. Consider a system of two protons separated by a fixed distance r naught rotating about an axis passing through its center of mass and normal to the plane containing the two particles. If I is the moment of inertia of a such system, then energy level corresponding to the orbital angular momentum I equal to 2 is the option 4 3h cross square by. According to standard model of particles, which of the following is a fundamental particle? Fundamental particle is option 2 muon. A particle of mass m decays from rest into three equal masses that fly away each with a speed of 0.8 c. What is the rest mass of the particles? So rest mass of the particles will be option 1 1 by 5 m. For a two proton system, the values of S1, S2 for the spin singlet system 1s0 is option 1 0. The homogeneity of time leads to law of conservation of energy.